CDC, they take over.
Yeah, it's an exciting one, isn't it? I'd be honest, I thought after game one, I thought CDC played relatively poorly. That it was nice to see them actually come back and make a game out of that second one. Like, they played really well individually. I think SRF, especially on the Doom, had a great performance. Like, always finding the openings in the fights to get those ults off. It was really special to see. And now we get this game 3 that we've been hyped up for so long. Let's go.
Queen of Pain ban, Viper ban, Vici. That last game, man, I really thought it was one that they could have taken advantage of. And I think it's a little bit of miscommunication that came from Vici's end. But at the same time, like CDC, that's not to discredit the fact that they had to come all the way back and win that game. Like, it wasn't just handed to them. They still had to go and take it.
I need to talk about this quickly because there's Phoenix, Mars, and Venge are left in the pool. So CDEC, they're like, okay, well, which one do we want? Because if they ban any of those 3 here on CDEC, Vici will let both of them through. I think they banned the Venge on Vici now, actually. Yeah, okay.
There's the Mars, this time for CDC. So SRF will be on the Mars. And Vici does. So that leaves. What was the third one? Earthshaker. Okay. So PYW back on the Earthshaker. Earthshaker all 3 games.
Yeah, I don't mind that though. Like,
ooh,
there's the Rubik though. Nice. I'm so excited for that.
Oh boy, and then into the TB. So Vici, they want to go straight for the TB this time. It's not always that easy with Rubik Mars though.
Yeah, it's a bit harder, isn't it? But again, it's the same thing that, they get to pick their core in the first phase. I'm surprised this TB didn't get picked earlier by CDEC, to be honest. I thought they were going to pick it as their second overall. But not today. So we get to see Yang on a different hero, though. Something other than Mars.
Yeah. Question is, what does he end up on? Because we've seen him be impressive on things other than Mars. Like, he played Sardar the other day that I thought was really impressive. I wonder if he goes back to that.
His Centaur and Beastmaster as well are both pretty good.
Yeah, and his Legion is really good.
Legion, yeah. I like the Oracle ban. I think DUI played that so unbelievably well in the first game with the TB that it's not worth playing against again. I think Shadow Demon's now still the other one for Vici that they could play. That gives them that hard save. But it depends. Like, do they feel like they need something stronger in lane? Like, the Ogre's still in the pool if either team wants to go for it. The Bane's still in the pool as well.
Yeah, the Bane wouldn't be that bad of a pick. Get that single target, have a little bit of control. The laning's not always that easy, but you can definitely do a lot with Brain Sap.
What's Terrorblade's win rate in this competition?
It was up there, I believe, like 60-something%, but I'll get a full look in a second. All heroes. 55-56 through 18 games. And he's won both games in this series. Lost against IG earlier today. And then, so has won 4 of the last 5.
I feel like it always does well, though. Like, no matter what. It's just such a good hero right now.
Agreed.
And there's that Bane ban as well. Is there another... Which other core do they want to take out here? Maybe like Ember? Or... What else does Army like? Spectre Beacon. They might even just take the Zeus out, actually, as well. Or like Puck or something. Because XM likes the Puck as well.
Yeah. don't think I mind the Zeus as much.
Does XM play Invoker? Oh, there's the other. Okay, yeah, I forgot about Void.
They've got decent control right now on CDC.
Yeah,
Telekinesis with the spear. All you got from Vici right now is a fissure. You're gonna need
the
a little
fi-
bit more control than that.
yeah, the fives for both teams are the one that I'm really looking at now. For like, I'm
And
wondering
they
what
go
they want.
Shadow Demon, and
They
there's that
do
combo
go.
again.
It's okay. Like it's their support Joe's a little bit greedy. Is my only worry. So they need to
Mm-hmm.
make sure they pick 2 strong cores here to finish up their lineup on Vici. So they have Rubik Mars. Thinking of like Victoria heroes. I mean, Clock's still in the pool if they want to go for that. Isn't
Mm-hmm.
awful. Victoria's been enjoying playing that.
Ooh.
Now that's interesting.
Lich
Because
immediately into the Void Spirit, though.
yeah, the Lich reduces the TB's damage output on the target massively. I think is it 50% or 60%?
I think it's 60 last level, because I think it's 30, 40, 50, 60.
I'll double check just in case. I don't want to be giving false info out.
And Phantom Lancer gets picked up. I know chat's going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer up picked into the Earthshaker, but, these, like you said, pro Phantom Lancer players usually know how to navigate around an Earthshaker on the other side.
Yeah, you make illusions, you send them out of the Shaker to constantly cancel his blink, drain his mana, and they give
Mhm.
Arme a hero that he likes as well. Because if they don't pick Arme's hero there, then they're all getting banned. And I love this Underlord ban. It would have made their game so difficult, this PL especially.
Yeah. Atrophiora would really suck to be up against in that situation.
They could pick Necro or something on Vici. Or maybe Legion's okay as well.
Yeah, I like Yang on the Legion. I just don't know if it's going to be great in this situation.
Or Axe, potentially. For Yang? Don't know. But so what does CDEC? CDEC need a mid laner, you would assume.
Mm-hmm.
What? DK's still in the pool if they want to go for that. Gives them a point-click stun, which is nice, but they need some more bursts for the TB, I think.
TA's in the game if you want to go that direction.
You need magical burst, though. Because the TB has such high armor to work with. They don't have any magic damage at the moment, not really.
So go to the Lina.
Lena's the go-to. Maybe SF or something. Dude, SF sounds fun.
Yet to be picked.
It's really good against Void. Well, it's not really good against Void Spirit in lane. Void Spirit does okay. I want to try to see something a bit different, They might just go back to the Zeus again, to be honest. But I don't know how much I like it versus Void Spirit. I feel like it's the similar scenario to the Sniper last game.
50 seconds to work with, and they'll go to the TA.
I don't like it, though. It does really well against Void Spirit in lane, is the main thing. But I worry about their potential dealing with this TB now. I think they have to play a really quick game. We might see Arme go for an earlier defusal than normal. First item, I think, before even Yasha.
Yeah.
And they play around this TA timing. Because the Lich enables them so much more against the TB. As a support pick. They could even, I talked about this before, they could even go for something like the Abaddon if they really want and try and just keep this TB alive. If they feel like it's a good game for it. I know it's a bit weird, but I actually like Omni Knight as well, but it's really bad against Rubik. It's just all physical damage.
I think about the TA trying to jump in and just immediately the disruptions on defensively.
What about Slardar, though, as well?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about Yang. You had played that earlier. That might not be bad. Get the corrosive haze out there.
I mean, they could pick Doom as well.
Yeah.
Sand King?
We're always hoping.
Not against Rubik. 3 burrow strikes still.
Oof. I feel like they might. You can't go Legion at this point. You just get destroyed. Marana. So off lane Earthshaker?
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. I don't really like it, but okay. I mean, it does okay against PL in lane. I don't know why they've picked the Mirana though. Like, I'm surprised they haven't tried to pick like a tiny little bit more lockdown or something. Like, you know, the Shadow Shaman that we've been seeing a lot, right?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, I'd love to see a Wind Ranger. The Chinese Wind Rangers haven't been coming out at the moment.
That's why he's not in the tournament anymore.
That's true. Yeah. Too soon, B-Cop. Don't say that.
Too soon. It happened on like day 2.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, wasn't it? It happened on the last day of the groups, I think.
It's been
right?
days. It's been days.
It was like day 4. Come on.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I wonder how much he can get done on the Mirana though on PYW. I mean, he's really good at this hero, but last time he played it, I don't think he performed that well. But he does have the set, so you know,
Must be good.
it's pretty good.
I like CDC though. I think I prefer their lineup.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for them about this TV, but if they can play this tempo game that, you know, Mars gets Blink, TA gets Blink Deso, PL gets Diffusal plus Manta soon after.
I mean, does TB just win every game
Yeah, potentially.
in this series?
When you first phased every time, right?
Yeah.
We shall see. I do think the Vici lineup is a little bit greedy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to wait for their timing of their own. Whereas I feel like
Prepare
Radiant's more like item timing, and Dire's more like level timing, I think. Like with this Void Spirit, like he can just make these moves really early on, even if he has a bad lane against the TA. So if Ori can do that and like find some good movements across the map to get pickoffs, then that'll help them massively.
I think though, if you have a bad lane against the TA may just take over the mid game and open it up for the Phantom Lancer,
Yeah, potentially.
and then you're in a lot of trouble.
But Ori's been really good in these lanes so far. Like, especially in game 1. Arrow, what a sick combo actually.
Get first blood.
They give it to Ori as well. That's going to help him a lot up against this TA mid.
30 seconds to battle.
Orchestra.
Here we go again, Vici. It's the orchestra hits versus the moves. Moves looking pretty lackluster today.
Disappointing. Let's be real.
Oh,
No,
they have
the
Shadow
disruption
Demon
and the
Mirana.
Mars? ISRF gonna take a lot of damage. He won't end up dead. They're focusing their attention elsewhere. They've also used Metamorphosis
Yeah, I don't know about
very
this.
early.
I think DY's dead.
Yeah. They're gonna get
They
the kill
used the meta really early, so like he doesn't have it for the first wave anymore. If they kill the Mars there, well, it's worth it, but now it's really awkward. I completely forgot they had Shadow Demon Mirana, by the way. That didn't even clock in my head in the draft.
there. It just seems pretty bad though that meta is now non-existent. Mars eats the arrow. Is that even worth it?
Dire's
He's
top
just
tower is under
dead.
attack.
He tried to be the nice guy, didn't he?
Yeah. But you can't allow yourself to
Ooh.
just eat that arrow like that.
Gang gets 2 CS with a Fisher, though. That feels good.
Over mid so far, Ori doing okay. I mean, this is fine to a point, but at what point does XM start to overwhelm?
I mean, the first blood makes a huge difference in this lane because he now has the bottle to work with as well.
Yeah.
So like, I know he can't get any runes early on, but all the regen is so helpful. Like, I think without the first blood in this lane, his lane's a lot harder. But he means he only needs to farm like 300 gold or so from the beginning of the game to get the bottle, instead of like having to ferry out salves and stuff all the time.
So far, just a slight lead for Vici, but yeah, here comes TA starting to at least bring it back to even.
Oh, TA. I'll take a few tower hits here.
Well, it gets a refraction, but it's already gone. I mean, that doesn't feel great at all. The question is, can this TV continue to farm? And it's 10-1 so far for Eurus. Although Phantom Lancer shouldn't really have the hardest time in this lane.
No, I mean, he should be absolutely fine. Like, the enchant item is a bit of a problem, but it's like, it's not massive. I wonder if he gets a second point in totem here, or if he just maxes out Aftershock now.
So no Doppelganger here for Phantom Lancer. Again, I don't know if he'll find himself in too much trouble. Courier, one more shot. And he got the Courier anyway. However, he is going to die. UIW and Yang put the combo together, and all of a sudden, yeah, you get the Courier, but, well, you end up dead.
Yeah, but they get 11 gold more for killing the Courier across the team. But he does give away all that XP, which now, you know, we're talking about this point in from the patch where like these early kills mean more. Like you get more XP from them. I think the base is 100 plus a little bit, like plus the multiplier. I don't know what that is. But... So they get at least like 60 XP each there.
Mars taking a lot of damage up top once again. God's Rebuke pushing him back. Eurus has used this Metamorphosis. We'll see how much he's able to farm with it.
I like that he's got an early stick though on the TB. Like it's such effective HP in this lane because they're going to be spamming out spells to try and deal with you. And I wonder if he goes for the drums like Arme did last game, or if he just goes straight for the Manta.
Did he go triple null on the TV last game?
He went double Wraith into drums last game on Arme. Top lane, James might be in trouble here.
No more
they lost
Metamorphosis,
the
so I think he's fine. They're actually looking for DY.
If he gets the 5th stack, then James dies. Yeah.
So get the kill. Spear comes in. They'll trade. But that's a kill for DY, which feels great. Meanwhile, mid, Ori just taking some harassment from XM. This lane stayed pretty even.
Yeah, I look over the mid, he just takes a chunk to the face. Like, go for the side blades. He has the urn finished on Mirana as well, so...
TP in from DY, fill that bottle. Or he's able to stick in the lane, and meanwhile XM, he's going into the treads. We'll see if he finishes off the Deso or the Blink first. My thought is with this Blightstone, he might be thinking Deso early on. But it's not like it, you know, that changes.
You nearly always go for the value Blightstone anyway. I don't know who played TA in game 1. Was it Ori? Yeah. Ori played it in game 1 and he didn't get one, and I was really surprised. Oh, the TA's thing gets cancelled, the Clary. Because PYW is just running over.
Next time just backs up into the jungle. Like, you have a good mid lane, you back up into the jungle, you continue to farm. He'll go for those treads. Question is, how quickly will he get them, and how quickly can he take over the mid game?
They really wanted to make a play. Or they're going on Shadow Demon now, though. Sorry, not Shadow Demon, Rubik.
And it looks as though Rubik's going to die. Astral step forward from Ori. And they get the kill. 5-2 in favor of Vici. But... well,
Dire's middle tower is
I don't know. It hasn't led them to have this outstanding, you know, net worth lead that we've seen Vici have in the first 2 games at this point, like a 1-2K lead. And that also goes to the fact that Ame is farming really well.
I mean, Arme's done well, but I actually think Yang doing well is the big problem here for CDEC. Like, this Shaker's doing pretty well. Like, he has bottle, he has the bracer, like, he's got these boots now, so he's going to be on his way to blink here. And this TB, sorry, not the TB, the PL can just die to the burst damage from, like, the Echo if he gets an early blink.
A bauble from the void.
And even before he gets the blink, like, this Echo Slam into, like, an arrow or something is always going to be a kill too.
Comes down to how well they're going to put it together. XM now off the mid lane as PYW and DY make the rotation, but again, that's opening up the side lanes, and TA can just back off into the jungle and continue to farm regardless.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's level 4. I don't think you take the Sinister Gaze. You could just go into the Frost Shield and have yourself 40% damage reduction early on.
He'll just hold the point to see which one he needs. Like,
yeah.
Because if he's trying to save somebody, he'll level up the Frost Shield, but if he feels like they can get a kill, then he'll get Gaze. But like top at the moment.
God, Mars. He ends up dead. They use the disruption. They've got the arrow, and this combo is moving around quite a bit.
Yeah, Bane Morana is the other one that we see banned out all the time. But they're actually making use of this Shadow Demon Morana really well.
Right now they're just leaving Ame down here, but nobody's rotating over. They have both supports up towards top, and I don't really think it's going to do much for them.
Bot lane, arrow.
They've got the Fissure, and Arena's down, but the Starstorm gets the kill on Ame. He'll at least get a return on a Yang, or at least I say that, and he should. God's Rebuke finishes him off. You're losing Ame, though, and that's big if you're going to die, too. Ori comes in, Aether Remnant misses, SRF gets the spear, so he's able to back away. But PYW, no arrow to aim and go with. Does that move Ame top? Or is he going to come back? Yeah, he's going to come back bottom and farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
TA treads, but not sitting top of the net worth despite sitting top of the CS. Ooh, CYW and back-to-back kills on the Ame. Not only do they have the disruption arrow, they have the fissure arrow too. And this is the lead we've been seeing from Vici continually. So I really do start to wonder if it's going to be the game where finally CDEC, they just can't do anything more. You take a look at the Void Spirit, he's going first item Axe, which I think is pretty big, how quickly he can get it.
I mean, it's going to be really good up against the PL, especially. Like, I talked about them going for this early diffusal build on the PL, but he kind of needs the Manta as well to survive this silence. Otherwise, if he goes diffusal first, it then takes ages for him to finish that Manta.
Blessings.
Alright, I'm back in the game. Nice.
Up top, disruption. And SRF. He wants something with this. Moonlight Shadow's already used, so he can't get anything, and he's blocked in via the illusions. So he's forced to spear the illusions away, and now trying to TP out, but DY, no disruption, no cancel.
No disruption, no party.
And Moonlight Shadow making this very difficult. Is it me or is TA not farming as fast as I thought?
Yeah, but she's been pressured really hard mid, like, by these support rotations early on. I know what you mean, like, she should be further ahead, but...
Shadow Demon? Can they get the kill into DY? No, they can't, and they're just gonna lose James. They can't even kill the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, Yang all of a sudden is 1,000 gold off Blink. And, like, look at the difference between the Mars and the Shaker in their net worth escape. Like, there's 1,000 difference already. Yang's actually got 3 points in totem as well. Like, this guy hurts if he gets on top of anybody. And I love that they give him farm priority. Like, the TB is the one that moves away here and goes towards farming the ancient camp. And they just give Yang the farm priority top lane to try and get his blink.
I want this farm on Ame too, where they want this Diffusal Boy, but he's sitting behind the Earthshaker in net worth. And I don't know if this Diffusal is even going to be enough. Because you look at the Void Spirit, and he's 2,000 gold away from max.
Yeah, he's done really well. Especially, like, I think that first ride has helped. Like, I can't undersell it enough. Like, or oversell. I don't even know what the difference is anymore. But, like, it made such a difference in this early game, especially his laning stage.
Which has practically nothing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So his life becomes a bit of a pain.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
PL's got that extra attack speed. This isn't going to be easy. But again, this is something we've seen CDEC deal with every single game. As Rubik dead once again.
Radiant's middle tower
Doesn't feel like
is
James
under
has had a
attack.
game of Dota yet. He's dead 4 times already.
It's been a struggle, hasn't it? But he died to, like, the combo early on as well. With the Disruption Arrow, like... But Yang's got his blink now, and they've smoked up. So I'm really hoping they start working their way towards the bottom half of the map now.
Radiant's middle
Because,
tower
like, they
is
see
under
Ame under
attack.
this wall that they have. So he's target number 1. And they're going to loop round, so they make sure they have the high ground vision.
I'm gonna go right over to him. And they've got the Blink Dagger, so Blink Echo, no surprise. They've got the arrow, they'll get the kill. Ame did for a 3rd time, and I just don't know if I see CDC escaping this grasp already.
And it's still this thing that, like, this TV's just farming, right? And I don't think they deal well with them
No.
at all. And I think the later this game goes, like, unless Ame has a game where he can match the farm speed of the TB, I think they're in trouble. Because this TA doesn't deal with TB at all. This is my problem about picking it when they did. Like, you expect TA to be further in front right now, and she's just not.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
And SRF's so far away from his
got
blink.
this SO. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And now the arena comes in, and while SRF, out of this, he gets nothing.
And they just take the... they're taking the tower as well, right?
You know, it hasn't been the flashiest of games. It hasn't been the most exciting of games, but
Radiant's middle tower
I mean, this is Vici doing what they need to do. And they're going to Astro
They catch
Step
the
forward.
Lich.
They've got the Aether Remnant onto the Lich. They get the control. The Chain Frost comes in, but it doesn't bounce. So they get the kill into Victoria. They look over at XM, and really, what does he have to offer? Not much.
Radiant's middle
Telekinesis
tower is
onto
under
this
attack.
Like, where's the
terribly,
damage?
but there's the Sunder. They have no damage. The arrow hits. They get the kill onto the TA. XM dead. PYW still surviving. He's got such a low amount of health. Uses the urn on himself. Heals up now, but CDC have nothing in the tank. They never even loaded it.
I mean, the TV sundered when he was, like, above half HP. It's like he was on 60% HP, 70% maybe. And he's just throwing sunders out, and he still doesn't care, because, like, they just don't have any way of killing him.
Yeah.
TA's trying to hit him, and it's, like, tickling him. She doesn't have Death Star yet, she's just got Blink. Like, Ame's just finished Diffusal. If Vici win this game and all TB wins all 3 games, I'm gonna be gutted.
Blink forward from XM. They get the Meld Strike. Yang trying to TP out. They have the Sinister Gaze. I don't know if the arena was necessary, knowing that you had the Sinister
Radiant's
Gaze.
bottom tower is under
Kills a
attack.
kill. Get the tower.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like, they're not getting anything in return on Vici, so...
Dire's
Ends up
top
working out.
tower has fallen.
they're just down
Radiant's
so
bottom
much.
tower
Like,
is under attack.
Lich has nothing, and I get that, it adds to the fact that they're up 6k. But look at where Ame stands. He's 3,000 net worth behind the TB.
I mean, the net worth advantage was 8k a second ago, and now it's flicking between
Dire's
6 and
top
7.
tower
So
is under
they're
attack.
finding their way back into the game slowly. It's not going to happen all at once. I just think Yang's like this monster at the moment on Shaker. Like, when these fights break out, he does so much damage.
Arcane power.
And they find themselves the Lich again. What do you do? I mean, he's already got Ags. You're silenced. You can't do anything. All you can do is try and run, but that's not happening.
Yeah, and they have the team advantage on Vici now with Morana having mech, which wasn't there before. She didn't pop the mech. I think she dies anyway, but
Fit to fight in my war.
never mind. I'm really surprised she tried to defend that
Dire's
tower though.
top
That
tower
was
is under attack.
brave.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
TA has the Blink Deso now though, which is nice. And that's a pupil's gift for the PL as well. All right, things are
Radiant's
slotting
bottom
into
tower
place
is under
here
attack.
for CDEC.
The comeback.
Oh, TV's going butterfly. Oh dear.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
Manta
is
Butterfly.
under attack.
And this time you're not getting a 40-minute MKB from your sniper second item.
The only thing I will say though is like, he gets really good effective HP because of the evasion on the butterfly, but he has so little HP overall. Like, he has 1300, right? Because he hasn't built a Scardia or anything first. And he gets the health talent at 15, which is nice. But it's still not a huge amount. But I still think it's the right choice. Like,
Allies disappear.
it's going to be crazy, this butterfly, when it comes out. Because not only does it increase its damage output, but like, all of a sudden, PL
Gecko
on top lane.
on the TA. Got the fissure, they'll hit the arrow, they have the control, the stolen fissure, but the astral step is there, and they've got themselves 1, potentially 2 James on the run, and not really much place for him to go. He's got no telekinesis, and the rest of the team is just going to continue to follow suit. Totem and the last hit from PYW to kill off James. 2 there in favor of Vici, and this game's already an 8,000 net worth lead for him.
Yeah. Whenever Yang's used Slam, I think he's found a kill. And that says a lot. Like, Shaker's just everywhere. They need their BKBs up on the Radiant side now. Like, but I mean, obviously PL doesn't. PL's not going to build BKB, but the other 2 cores do. But they're so far away. Like, this Void Spirit Axe is going to do huge amounts of work over the next 5 minutes or so. And I'd like to see them just trying to keep the tempo up. And Void Spirit recognizes, or at least Ori does as well, that like they need armor because they're playing against TA, PL, and Mars. Like, it's all physical damage, right? So if they just build an itemized for armor, that's the best thing they can do. Like, they've got the mech on Morana. I imagine someone's going to go Solar Crest as well, probably Morana.
Which gets caught again, but the question is, does he die? They've got the telekinesis, they have some damage for Ori, the Dissimulate now on the high ground. So they should be able to continue on him.
No way.
Is he just going to TP out? Wow.
Oh my god.
That just can't happen.
He had Astral Step on Rubik, but wasn't using it before. Like,
Those kills have to happen.
he's almost got Greaves as well on the Morana.
They're going to try and go for this. They've got the Desolator as well as the Blink, but
This is smoke timing, I think.
it's tough.
Oh, no,
Arena Spear, if they can kill the TB, that's great.
Nice.
They'll take out Eurus, and now what else can they get? Look over at Ori, telekinesis on it, Yang. Yang in trouble, God's Rebuke, make it a second. DY goes down, Fear's gone on Vici. PYW now on the run.
Oh, and they got the spear.
Back for CDEC, they'll hit the Spear on the Void Spirit into the Sinister Gaze, and they've got themselves a 4th.
Oh
a
my
full
God.
team wipe for CDEC. PYW tries to loop to the high ground, and there it is. Triple kill for Ame. Somehow, someway, CDEC, and they bring it back.
This
And
was
that
the
is a full
problem.
team wipe losing nothing.
This was the problem with the butterfly, though, right? Like, he has so little HP still that he just dies. But yeah, I mean, really well played by CDEC. Like, all of a sudden, they're just back in their game. They get the first Roche for the TA. Well, they might even give it to Arme as well, I guess, actually. But I think you give it to the TA. And, like, this net worth lead is just out the window now. They'll be kicking themselves about that on Vici because they all just die one by one. Like, the TB should never be in a position like that where he gets caught, but it was a really well good wraparound by CDEC to find him. And if you can find the TB when there's nobody else near, like, they do have the damage. 5-on-1, I'll take that fight.
And you take him out so quickly. He never gets the Sunder off, never able to really turn the game, turn that fight around. If he gets the Sunder off, maybe that changes. But when you've now got the Blink Dagger and a potential arena, like, things look better.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
BKB would be huge for XM. Manta is not in the future for Phantom Assassin. He's our Phantom Lancer. He's going into the Satanic after this S and Y. So status resistance, the name of the game.
This kill they got on the TB before though is so good because you remember we talked about how the Void Spirit Axe was going to be so good for the next 5 minutes, but they haven't been able to find a fight on Vici in this window, and they lose a really big one, so the window gets smaller. They get the PL though. He's gonna die.
PL, he's low, and he's not dead. They took out Yang instead. Metamorphosis gets used. SRF working back.
Oh, this Chain Frost is massive.
Onto the Lich. Chain Frost doing a lot of damage here, and now Eurus, he's in some trouble. They got the kill on Victoria. Nobody's going to follow this up, though. They don't want to go in too far. Metamorphosis, it's used, but it's not really getting them much more than a Lich kill.
Yeah, they might have the Aegis, but they need the BKBs up on the Mars and the TA, really, before they can take these 5-on-5s. But really good fight for CDEC still. Like, they tried to get this opening on Vici, but it's another, like, wasted window for them.
And it's just on the edge of killing off Ame and making a big difference. So, BKB and 600 gold. Check that, 400 gold.
He loses the arrow that he stole on Rubik, though, which is sad. They've been having some really good, like, lift into arrow combos.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But he's got Arcane Supremacy level 3, and that with the telekinesis is such a long amount of control.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of the things. Like, you talked about this Rubik being a potentially an amazing pick, and like James has started the game 0-5, but telekinesis against the TB is a long time to get him controlled up.
Yeah, and there's some decent spells to steal as well. Like, Fish is really good, Disruption's really good, Arrow's really good. If you can get Astral Step as well, it can be nice, because it amps up the magic damage part of that, which I think is, yeah, it's 200 damage at level 2. And you get 2 charges, right? So it's like a free 500 damage overall or something.
So there's smoke. They're looking around. Earthshaker is up towards top. He doesn't have a TP for 10 more seconds. If they can get on the TB, who's by the tier 1 tower, like, potential.
Bottom tower
He has his
He's not
BKB
going to
now,
catch
though.
him. And there's the Moonlight Shadow. So do they have any sense of vision here? No, but they'll pace down the sentry. They get the telekinesis out onto this Mirana and pick off PYW.
This Yang's Earthshaker item progression is just he's died like 3 times in a row, right? 3 or 4 times. And then all of a sudden, like, he's so far away from anything else after building these blink kills, which it feels like he had 10 minutes ago, and he's gonna die again.
They find Yang. This is really good for CDEC if they can just finish this off. Yang, he's got Echo Slam, but there's no reason to pop it when you've got nobody nearby and the Sinister Gaze comes in. Oh, I say that! And he uses it and loses it.
There's absolutely no point in popping Echo Slam when there's nobody else nearby. I thought you were right, but he goes for it anyway. I respect that.
I mean, he gets the fissure off and he gets killed.
Yeah, but he has no mana. He's playing against PL Diffusal.
Yeah, I know. Just saying. If. Unfortunately, it didn't exist.
I still think this TB is going to be a big issue for CDEC, though, I will say. Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised he's not going for the Skadi.
Invisibility.
But obviously the MKB is very much needed up against the PL. Oh, he didn't take the evasion talent.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, MKB's not a bad item, but maybe he thinks that the PL is going to go butterfly, and when he sees that he's not, he might change his mind.
He's going into the Satanic, and he is still 1,900 gold away from it.
Top tower is under attack.
SRF?
Pops his BKB.
It's not the way you want to use your 10-second BKB, though.
No, not at all.
And they know he doesn't have it now, so they're going to try and look to make something happen here. Oh, they
It's still not the easiest fight to get.
Yeah, the
He's got
PL
arena.
illusion scouted them out, so...
For that point.
Yeah, Mirana is going for a Solar Crest as well, which I like. They need more armor. More armor.
Bring the Reaver. TA, meanwhile, going MKB, Nullifier. Nexum has the DKB, 10 seconds.
That's a TB item.
TB up 3k over the TA, and XM just trying to farm his way back into the game, or farm his team back into the game too, because we can open up as much space as possible for the Phantom Lancer. Like, it gets the Satanic and things. I think maybe look a bit more optimistic for CDEC, because they're still down 5,000 net worth. It's not like it just becomes an easy game because you win 1 or 2 fights.
I mean, what's happened is they've just plateaued the net worth graph over like the last 5 or 6 minutes from that, after having that one really good fight.
Yeah.
And they're doing really well. I don't know, like... They really need the BKB on Shaker, on Vici, so it's slowing them down, you know, humongously. Yeah, TB's changed his mind. He's going for Skadi because he sees the Satanic being built on PL now. I think that's a smart choice. I think the raw HP is just better here, and like the Skadi effect is so good against TA. Like if you ever get it on top of her, she's slowed by 50%, and it's so easy to bring her down. She's going to go MKB though on the TA.
It's good positioning for CDC. Not bad at all. Arrow flies in, arrow misses. As Phantom Lancer continues to just try and farm, and now he sits just 500 gold away from finishing off the Satanic. And if he can get that in before they fight, I think all of a sudden CDC, they might be looking to want to be the aggressors.
Yeah, the status resistance is really good up against the Echo Slam, like the Purge as well. It stops them from just being able to try and change stun the PL down. Like, Yang has to be insanely quick. I don't know if it's possible or not. I've not tried it before, but...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So again, they continue to pressure the top lane, go for the tier 2 this time.
Radiant structures
And
are fortified.
it's just Eurus hitting away at the tier 2. But when they start to come over, and Satanic will be delivered as Ame makes the rotation. Roche is a long spawn. I think the longest one possible.
I think that helps Vici in a way, though. Like, they really want this BKB on the Shaker before the next big fight.
Moonlight Shadow, Doppelganger away. They've got themselves the Sentry down, and they'll swap on.
I don't know why they're not
there.
dewarding those traps, but I guess the TA just replaces them anyway.
Things really slowing down, but is that really just benefiting Vici though?
I don't think
Scotty's available for Eurus if he just buys out on the point booster.
I think the slow Roche respawn helped Vici.
Dire's bottom tower is
Because they
under
really need
attack.
the Shaker BKB. Like, it's so important. The TB has Skadi now, though, so they might look to try and smoke up here. Voice Spirit's going to blink.
Phantom
as well,
Lancer's trying to get his.
I'm not sure
It's
how
the
to
double
do
Astral
it.
Step Blink and trying to get to the backlines. It worked against the sniper, but
But who's the backline in this game?
yeah.
Imagine if you went Battle Fury on Ori, right? And the Battle Fury effect worked on the Astral Step hits. And you just zipped through all the illusions. And everything just died. That's what I want to see.
DC from the TA has the MKB. XM's really found some farm here. And quite honestly, all of CDEC who need it have found it. What is the Rubik going for? 4 staff, Aether Lens. Is it worth getting an Ags next?
I don't think so. I think he's more likely to build like another like a Glimmer or something
Mules.
along those lines. He can go Ags. It's like, but there's nothing. Like there's no insanely good reason to build an Ags. Like I think even something like
Purge
Hex
would be nice
better.
to grab.
Yeah, but it's so difficult to get. Like obviously the cast range increases massively on the spell steal, which is nice. But I don't look at this and I'm like, yeah, I really want to build Ags. If he feels like he can make flashy plays, then yeah, maybe. But
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Point dagger finished.
Radiant's
Double
courier
tome for
has
the
been
PL.
killed.
he
And they
could
smoke
go
themselves.
he could go Lotus on Rubik as well if he wanted actually. Wouldn't be too bad.
Oh. Smoke didn't break. SRF just went for it.
Oh, Roche is up now.
Astro step forward. They've got the silence coming through onto SRF.
good
SRF
arrow.
stunned up, and he might just die here. Chain Frost bounces around. Guardian Greaves is used, so they'll sustain through this. They lose the Mars. He's dead without buyback.
Yeah, I think they just head into the pit now. They need to get the sentry down though to scout the pit, the trap out. But they don't know Mars doesn't have buyback, right? And he's actually just got the gold.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Like they
middle
see
tower
Eurus
is
this whole
under
time,
attack.
right?
Don't think they can just give this up, and there's the buyback, which will probably make Vici exit the pit, or at least Eurus does.
That's really sad for Mars though. He was really hoping to get towards that AC for some extra armor for his team against the TB.
Yeah, trying to go AC Ags. Minus armor is pretty big here from CDC. They have themselves the Orb of Destruction as well as the the Desto and the Meld Strike. Like,
Yeah, if they get into the pit, they will take it quickly on the CDEC side.
Eurus is in here again.
Alright, here's the BKB on the Shaker. I think this is the big one for me.
SRF. Okay, Blink to the high ground. Both teams scared to commit to the pit, and now it's Vici's turn to smoke. Ooh, Phantom Lancer. He's in trouble, I think. They're gonna blink Echo.
Do they know do they know it's definitely real though?
There's the blink Echo. I mean, you knew it was coming. They've got the arrow. They'll get the
Radiant's
kill.
middle tower is under
He's just
attack.
mindlessly farming over mid while nobody's showing from Vici. You have to assume that that's coming.
They're gonna push up here as well. Try and regain control of the high ground.
Ori, telekinesis. They've got the control.
Oh my God,
They'll
that
have the
arrow!
Spear. And now the arrow hits on the TA. They've got the damage, but do they have the finishing blow on an XM? They'll pop the BKB. They'll get the kill on a Lich. And now Lich will buy back immediately. XM, he's so low and eventually falls. Eurus gets the kill. DY being focused by Ame. Doppelganger, but he's not going to have the damage from all the way back to finally finish him off. It's the trap and maybe a little bit of the illusion. James, Essence Ring. Can they get in on this? Trap gets popped. Everybody here for the side of CDC as well as DY buying back. So now they've got the telekinesis coming through on the TB, but TB trying to fight. TB looking for a Sunder. SRF getting low. He's on the run. The spear pushes away Ori. On the other side of this fight, though, Ame's going after DY. He's popped the Satanic and gets back to full health. The Sunder is going to be used by Eurus to get him
Ame's in
back to
trouble.
full health.
No
but
buyback.
Ame's dead again. He has no buyback. He's all by himself without his team. He is fighting 4v1. Fissure hits on a James. And there's the Yules, there's the arrow, and there's the kill onto the Rubik. They'll also take out this Lichu ball back. Victoria's gone. And that, I mean, that's at least the tier 2. Do they want to go onto the high ground without meta?
That fight starts by XM blinking in to try and like get into a position for a fight, and he just blinks on top of an arrow. It was so unfortunate. But unfortunately, You know, that happens sometimes, and they get punished for it massively.
Radiant's middle tower.
So like, both cores just got picked off really at the start of the fight, and they're just going to end the game. I think it's over.
They've got the arena. They missed the spear. DY, he'll go scepter himself, but James, he buys back, and as quickly as he uses that buyback, he ends up dead. They'll get the kill there on a DY. The Astro step back. BKB, XM, as well as Mars TPing away. 1 tier 4 is gone, and GG is called. CDEC get knocked down to the lower bracket, and Vici, they win the series 2-1. I just a little surprised there by CDEC at the end. More so by Ame just mindlessly farming over mid. You knew the pressure was going to come when